This is a very special movie. It's one I've seen a number of times, but Charity, my wife, had never seen it before until a plane ride to Europe a couple of years ago. It's one of the movies that they had on the flight. I was like, oh, you got to watch this. This movie's fucking incredible. And what else are you going to do on a bloody 12-hour plane ride? Watch movies, I guess. So we watched a whole bunch of movies, whatever interested us at the time, but we watched this one together, and we fucking loved it. In fact, one of the songs, for some reason, just became our anthem for our European trip. We just sing it all the time. By the end of the trip, we had the words down off by heart, and it would just crack us up all the time. And I said to her after we watched this movie, we should get this on DVD sometime, because the fucking commentary is mwah. It's fantastic. They don't do it as Christopher Guest, Dave McKean, and Harry Shearer. They do it as Nigel Tufnell, Derek Small, and David St. Hubbins. It's like watching the movie again with new jokes that are just fucking hilarious. So, it's 2 years later after our European trip, and we finally got around to getting a certain DVD. And we did a double deep dive on This is Spinal Tap, a rockumentary film by Marty DeBergi. It was was released in 1984. It is a faux rockumentary about a fake band named Spinal Tap. I don't know what I can say that hasn't been said before. I know this is one review where a lot of you have watched this movie and probably really like it. But I want to entice everyone here to watch it again. And there's a reason for that. I'll get into that in a moment. So, for those few who don't know what This is Spinal Tap, a rockumentary by Marty DeBergi, it's a fake documentary film which follows this band as they go through all these trials and tribulations. We've got Christopher Guest as Nigel Tufnell. We've got Harry Shearer, yes, Mr. Burns himself, as Derek Smalls, and we've got Mike McKean as David St. Hubbins. There are other people in the band and things like that. Those three are the focus. Actually, it's mostly Nigel and David. It follows them on a really horrendous tour of the United States as they tour their, as yet unreleased album called Smell the Glove. And this might sound odd, but to me this movie reminds me a lot about good wrestling. I don't mean the in-ring. Of course I like that. I'm a wrestling fan. But I mean that in terms of promos. In good wrestling, the promos aren't scripted. You're given an outline. This is the beats we need you to hit. So we need you to mention this wrestler. We need you to mention this arena. And we need you to end on this. How you get to those points, totally up to you. You just cut that promo. Here we go. This movie is that. Every scene is, all right, here's your outline. Go nuts. So the movie has a largely improvised quality about it. And, yep, my Facebook just went off. I try to keep that shit on mute, but I failed. So it's a largely improvised movie. There's jokes that are just laugh out loud funny that come thick and fast through various points of the film. There's also a lot of subtle gags that you might not pick up the first time. I think people who love this movie have definitely seen it more than once, and you'll know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. There are some subtle jokes there. There are some jokes you see in the background. All that kind of stuff that just really add to it. The movie's also incredibly short. It's 1 hour and 19 minutes. That's including the credits, which feature jokes and little bits and pieces that weren't included in the main feature. So it's 1 hour and 19 minutes. I think it's all killer, zero filler. It's funny from start to end. It doesn't feel like it has a lot of the comedy cliches that a lot of comedy movies have, or if it does have those, it probably started a lot of them. I wouldn't be surprised. But I want to get to the. I could talk a long time about this movie. There's so many great lines, so many fucking amazing gags. The characters are phenomenal. The guest cast that come in and out of this movie are phenomenal. But most of you know that. I want to entice a lot of you to watch this movie again. And to get the DVD. The reason being is what I said in the intro, in the cold open here. Christopher Guest, Mike McKean, and Harry Shearer do the commentary in character. If you have never heard this commentary track, fucking track it down. It makes the experience even better. Like my wife and I last night, we finished watching Spinal Tap, and it goes back to the DVD menu, and then I just put the commentary on, and we watched it all again. So we watched it twice in a row last night, and we just had a fucking blast. There were tears of laughter. Just sometimes we'd pause it and rewind, like, did we hear that? Oh my god, what? It's really good commentary. Of course, they take the piss out of everything, and they react to the movie as if it was a real documentary. It's incredible, and I don't want to tell you too much about the jokes they're in, or anything like that. The movie, I don't mind, the thing, the speakers, the sound that goes up to 11. Don't look at that guitar. A model of Stonehenge that's being threatened to be crushed by a dwarf. So many good moments and lines. The commentary has a lot of great lines and jokes as well. So get it. Now, if I was going to score this movie as just the movie, I think you know what I'd give it. This is not just a really good comedy movie. It's up there for me as being one of the funniest movies of all time. I think it's up there with my favourite comedy as well, which happens to be The Life of Brian. Anyone who likes The Holy Grail more, you're wrong. But the movie I would have given a 10. But I wanted it to be a little cheesy. This is a fucking Spinal Tap review, right? I wanted to be a little cheesy. I wanted to... How can I get this score up a little bit higher? How can I do that? The commentary. You ever watch a masterpiece? This movie's a masterpiece, and then you put the commentary on, and it's like they remastered the masterpiece. Fresh jokes, great lines. I loved it. And yes, this is so fucking predictable. I don't care. 11 out of 10. Just gets that little bit of an extra one. 11 out of 10. I adore it. I think a lot of you do too. So if you do, get a copy of that DVD. Hunt it down. It's not that expensive. It cost us like $10 yesterday. So hunt it down and watch that commentary. Trust me, you'll love it. And give me a like, dislike, share, and subscribe. Follow me on the Tweeties, all that official crap. And I'll see you next time for another LSJ's Late Review. Let's stick the thing on the thing. Yeah. I'm looking for pound notes, loose change, bad checks, anything. Give me some money.